Woo! What's going on, guys? Orms Form coming at you guys today with another video. And today's video, it's going to be another little bit of a controversial video again. About Detroit Lions and a particular player and this offense. And it's Jared Goff. Okay? This is why I'm not on the Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff train. That's going to be the name of my video. It's basically just, it is what it is. Now, we all know what his 2022 stats are, okay? He's 66 for 112 completions, 748 yards, 7 tutties, 2 picks, and a whopping 58.9% completion percentage. Air yards at about 6.7 yards per throw. Kind of where he was at the end of last year. I think he ended up with 6.6 or 6.7. We're only 3 weeks in, going into week 4. And he's only been sacked 4 times, which is crazy to think of because this old line is locking dudes down. So what's been going on, with this offense? We are a explosive offense. This is not all on Jared Goff, but this offense could be even better. It could be even better if we had a more capable quarterback, an athletic quarterback, a mobile quarterback, a guy who can move around. He can barely move around in the pocket. When he does, he panics. He's a one-read quarterback. He'll throw the ball to where he's supposed to go, even he's not supposed to throw it there. He doesn't progress. He doesn't read. He doesn't go off his reads well. You don't see it. Now, this offense, like I said, is extremely explosive. We're 3rd in yards per game, rushing. 3rd, yards per game. 3rd rushing first rushing. We're number 1 in even just per rush. At like a 5 point something. I forget, 5.7. I should have wrote that down, didn't write it down. We're running the ball at will. And that's why Jared Goff, I think, personally, is having so much success. He's a play-action quarterback. That's what he is. Ben Johnson knows this. And we have a very fantastic running game. Now, we're 16th in pass yards per game. Okay? 11th in QBR. Sack 4 times, like I said, that's 5th in the league. 3rd down conversion rate is 16, middle of the pack. We're 15th in possession time. And we're number 2 in points per game at 31.7, right behind the Baltimore Ravens. They're like 33 something or whatever they are. I don't know why I didn't write all the numbers down here, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is that this offense is explosive. I think because of this running game, obviously, this running game's killing it. We're absolutely killing it. The O-line is killing people. Swift is doing his thing. Even though he's getting those minimal touches, he's still doing his thing. Jamal Williams is running nice. Craig Reynolds, limited, but he's getting some nice gains out there too as well. We're just running the ball in general as a good unit. We've had some jet sweeps too that have worked as well, and those count in the run game. So, but there's some charts going around, there's graphics going around about Jared Goff, and it's everything that I talked about at the beginning of, maybe not last year, but this year. Now, I'm going to come out right now and say this. I'm going to come out and say this right now. I am not putting 100% of the blame on Jared Goff. To me, he's always been a middle to below, like an average to below average quarterback. Like I'll rate him. I've rated him around from 16th to 20th, around that range. A guy that is basically a game manager. He's been a game manager this year. He only had a couple picks this year, a few touchdowns, 7. He's throwing the ball. The yak is up for this team. St. Brown's getting big yak. Reynolds, Hawkins is not doing much. Swift getting the yak after the catch. So that's what the yak is. So that's helping him out big time because his air yards are terrible, 6.7. That's not good. That's a regression from his LA days. If you go look at his LA days, it's a regression. But this throw chart that I've seen, and there's videos out there too. There's the YouTubers coming out, talking about Goff. There's the draft charts. The throw charts, the graphics. Everything's coming out. This graphic, this throw chart kind of disturbed me. Line of scrimmage. Okay, right at the line of scrimmage, he's 10 for 12, 74 yards, 83% completion percentage. So dump offs to the running back, trying to get some screens going with the tight end, whoever they're trying to use, St. Brown. Just getting the dump offs, to Swift, to whoever's out there. 0 touchdowns though. Then we start getting into from 1 to 10 yard throws. He's 41 for 60, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, 68% completion percentage. Solid. When you start getting into, personally, I think when you start getting into the 65 and up for a completion percentage, I think you start talking about elite. But we're only talking from 0 to 10 yards here, okay? Where we start getting into trouble, or where Jared Goff and his offense start getting into trouble, is between the 11 and 20 yard throws. He's 11 for 21, 243 yards, does have 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 52%. So he's barely hitting anybody in 50. He's hitting half his guys, half his throws between 11 and 20 yard throws, which is not good. And then it gets even worse when you get into 21 to 30 yard throws. Those are the deep shots. When you start going, deep shots are considered 20 and over. Those are deep shots. That's what a deep shot consists of. A deep shot isn't just 40 yards and up, 50 and up. That's not a deep shot. A deep shot is when the air yards go over 21 plus. That's a deep shot. He's 4 for 16 for 83 yards. Does have 2 touchdowns on him. I believe one was to Chark in the Philly game. I don't know where the other one came from. And then he has another pick. He has 2 picks on the year. And he's only completed 25% of throws, 21 to 30 yards. And then you go look at the games like Philly, and you're like, well, we scored 30 plus against the Philadelphia Eagles. We did, 100%. We scored 30 plus against the Philadelphia Eagles. I always thought in that game that we were never out of that game. I know there's people going to say there's a lot of garbage yards and garbage touchdowns at the end, which you can make a case for. I understand. But I always thought we were in that game. Even when it was 31-14, Goff had that pick. And everybody's getting blamed for it except Jared Goff. Personally, I think it was a mixture of Hawkinson, Goff making the throw, bad blocking by Stenberg. We can blame everybody, but it doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge. But he didn't throw a touchdown pass in that game until the third quarter when it was 31-14. So people that make the argument, well, it was garbage time, they can make that argument. Philadelphia let off the gas a little bit, let them back in. Then then when they felt that the Lions were coming back, they went back. It just back and forth. Washington just a horrific football team. I'm not taking anything away from Jared Goff there. He had a good solid game, 4 touchdown passes. I'm not taking that game away from him. But Washington is a really, really bad football team. Really bad. And then the Minnesota game, kind of the same deal. He got going a little bit early. Jared Goff, Ben Johnson was calling the right plays. He's trying to get the ball into his playmaker's hands as fast as he could, as early as he could. But then when you start going on with that game and they start pressuring Goff a little bit, where he has to kind of get out of the pocket, left, roll right. He turns into this quarterback that he gets. It's like he totally forgets how to play the game. It's like he totally forgets how to play the game. He'll look for that one read. He'll go left, go right. That guy's not open. He's either going to try to throw the ball to the ground, try to fit it in, or just throw it away. He misses. He doesn't go off his reads well, especially in that Minnesota game. You watch that Minnesota game when a little bit of pressure came on him and a guy that he was supposed to key on was open or was locked down, I mean. Other guys were open. He wouldn't throw the ball. Now, I just think if we had, but this is why I'm not all in on Jared Goff. It's not because I hate the kid or he's a bad guy or anything like that. I just don't think he's a good quarterback. He's average at best. Like, he's having, like, and people are going to say, well, Mark, man, like, you know, problems of the defense, coaching, like why are you picking on Jared Goff? I'm not picking on him. It's just, these are all facts. This is an opinion. This is an opinion to me that I think he's a mediocre quarterback, because he is mediocre. He's a mediocre to below mediocre quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what his rankings are. His rankings don't mean anything. This is what he is. This is what he is. And he's going to stall this offense out. He already has. Like, you watch some of these games, man, if we had a mobile quarterback, I honestly think there's a chance we would have been 3-0. A chance we would have been 3-0. There was times where Goff could just explode up the middle and run for 20 plus yards. But that's not it. That's not him. That's not the way. He's a pocket passer. He's not athletic. He's not showing any athletic ability, which he has kind of in the past. He's not a running quarterback by any stretch, but you've seen him kind of take off and run. He's not doing that early right now. I don't know if that's by design. It totally could be. But he's just not doing it. You know, there's other problems with this team, but this is a real deal. When it comes down to crunch time, and when we got to face, like, you know, we faced the Eagles, one of the best defenses in the league, week 1. You know, it was early. That you know, we put up all those points. People thought we were gonna roll over people. You know, people think we're gonna roll Seattle because of Geno Smith. Geno Smith is the same type of dude. He's the same type of dude as Jared Goff. Throwing for a bunch of yards. I think he's thrown for 4 or 5 touchdowns. Nothing special. 2 animals on the outside in Metcalf and Lockett. Who knows what's going to happen in this game? You know, but the Seattle Seahawks can't run the football to save their lives. But that's a whole other video, and I'll get into my preview probably tomorrow or the next day. But this is focused on Goff, and I'm really worried that this regime is going to possibly extend him. I know he's here for obviously this year. He has an out next year, and I think he's here to 2024. What happens in 2023, 2024 is beyond me. What happens this year is going to be a mystery. Like, what if this team starts losing football games? Do they just pack it in? Because they lose this game, and I don't want to get into it, but it's just this offense, man, is such a good offense. I think they have some great weapons, but I think the one problem holding us back is the quarterback situation. He's one read, that's it. After that one read, it's like he doesn't create any plays. He doesn't create nothing. So I know it's an odd video to come out at the time because, you know, he is playing good football in between, you know, his 0 to 19-yard throws. Those he's awesome there. He's got the guys that can do it, but, you know, Shark. He's not getting that much separation right now, too. So Josh Reynolds is actually playing pretty good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a stud. Swift is good in the passing game. Hawk's got to get more involved. It's not just all on him. But we got a guy coming too, and this all coincides with Jared Goff. We got a guy coming soon in Jameson Williams who plays like Tyreek Hill. Very, very similar, explosive off the line of scrimmage. You try and get him the ball so he can make plays with his legs. He flies past DBs. And Jared Goff can't throw a ball past with good velocity, accuracy, not completing balls that are 20 yards and up. And you got a guy that lives off that lives off the deep ball. So they better figure that out real quick. And they better not. This is going to be a guy, man, that could be a game changer in this offense in Jameson Williams. And I think this is a problem. Now, maybe it helps him. Maybe a guy like Jameson Williams helps him. And he's more wide open. But I'm telling you, man, separation in the NFL is very, very rare. You don't see a guy with this much separation, this much on a DB, that's considered open. In college, it's like this, right? In college, it's like that. It's bigger. In the NFL, this is considered open. One step, that's considered open. And Goff doesn't do that. He won't make those throws. He won't try to lead a guy. He's only doing throws that when players are completely wide open, it seems like. Every now and then you'll see him see him zip a ball in, but it's like he doesn't. It's like he's playing scared sometimes, and that's what worries me. And it's not hate. It's not anything like that. I'm not hating on the kid, but I'm not going to blindly follow a quarterback that I think is a problem in this offense. It's not because I want Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or anybody like that. It's not that. It's just like he is a problem in this offense. And don't tell me how to be a fan. Don't tell me how to be a fan if I don't blindly follow Jared Goff and think that he is Joe Montana. That's not the way it works. Because I see YouTubers, I see fans out there saying, well, if you're not following this team or this certain player, then you're not really a fan. Find another team, do this. No, that's not it. I want this team to succeed, but he is an issue. I'm not saying he is the main issue, but he is an issue. There's bigger issues than Jared Goff, 100%. But I think he is. This offense is so explosive, and he's not even that good. So that tells you how good we could be with a kid who could run the ball, throw the ball, be a little more ballsy, do all those things. And by the way, being ballsy, next time, Jared Goff, open up your mouth and say something to your head coach. I'm talking about the Minnesota game. I'm kind of off track here, but open up your mouth, say something to your coach, wave off that special teams unit, and tell your coach you're going for it. Because him coming out and saying that, I think Dan Campbell would have let us go for it. That's like, do it, then do it. Kicking a 54-yarder was asinine. I'm off topic again. But he needs to be a leader. And I just don't see it. I don't feel it. We had a quarterback here for 12 years that got run through the mud. Some of it was justified. I think a lot of it wasn't. I thought he was always a good quarterback, not elite. I always thought he was good, though. Like, I would put him in the top 10. Past the elite guys, though, I think there's only 4, 5, maybe elite players in the quarterbacks in the NFL, and I think he was like 8, 9. I always put him around there. Sometimes he'd fall a little bit out of the top 10, but he was always teetering around there, and he got dragged through the mud. Jared Goff, it should be the same thing. It seems like he doesn't. And there's other problems on this team. Trust me, there is, man. But I think Goff is one of them. I think he's an issue, not a problem. I wouldn't say a problem, but he's an issue. He's definitely an issue. And I don't think it's going to get any better with him. So maybe it is a problem. But he's got to get better. He's got to get better, and I just don't know how it's going to happen. It's just this. But this draft chart, this throw chart, this throw chart is alarming because he can't throw the deep ball. Don't tell me he can, because he can't. It's a fact. It's charted. So it's not me making it up. It's an actual chart of him not being able to complete balls 21 and up. Remember that when you come at me in the comments. But that's it, guys. That's the video, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my vids and like, comment, share this out. Let's talk about Jared Goff. Am I being a meanie? I don't think I am. I'm just pointing out facts, guys. Go Lions, one pride, baby.